Hello and welcome back to another video in the series on this channel that we're doing called Romeo CRT 2023 Trade Review. If you're somebody who wants to better understand CRT and turtle soup trading, you might be interested. I'm going through all of the 2023 trades in the Romeo PDF and really picking apart everything in great detail and seeing what I can learn, and just using it as a supplementary source for following Romeo's current developments. He's got a public class right now called CRTology on his YouTube channel. But yeah, so we're going to look at trade number 17. This was a tweet that Romeo put out on June 6th of 2023. And he says, "God will punish all Bitcoin bears." And then he links to the TradingView chart. And the chart's marked up quite a bit, so he's got he must have been in an interesting mood when he made this chart, because he's got the time frame. He's got 69 minutes, but it's essentially like an hourly candle there, and then he's got kind of a time frame open midnight. I think it's midnight midnight for June 6th there, and we'll go back and we can look on FX Replay, and I've got this all broken down, and I believe this was at least like a beautiful turtle soup into the CRT. It's basically like a pause CRT of that one giant down close, roughly hourly candle there. But I also think that this might have been an entry. We'll test it to see if it's an entry on a higher time frame, like a 2-week time frame. So check this out. So going to FX Replay really quick, I'm going to make sure I actually click over. Okay, so you guys can see FX Replay. On some of my videos, I forget to do this, and it's terrible. So I apologize. If you ever see a video where I forget to click over, just write it in the comments, and I'll re-record the video. Okay, so this is actually the 2-week chart in Bitcoin, and going back to 2023, and we're at the moment where Romeo tweeted this out. So I'll go back to the 1 hour. So this is this large down close candle that will be turtle souped. The important time frames to watch for Bitcoin are midnight, 4 a.m., 8 a.m., 12 a.m., 4 p.m., and then 20, which is 8 p.m., and then the following midnight, right? So those are the 4-hour candle breakdowns in Bitcoin, particularly on like the Bitcoin Tether contract, I believe, that are important to watch. And it's notable that Romeo's tweet was right at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's he's basically watching that candle open and looking for candle 3 type behavior to occur from the price action that he was able to see. So clearly he's looking for like a daily CRT to occur after that large down close day, and we stab into that key level. Now that key level, so obviously it breaks this low, it's stabbing into the breaker here, but watch this. All the way back here, it's the original turtle soup, or one of the original turtle soups, way back in mid 2022. So just like we can use opposing range highs to target like the last high before the final dump, or this last high before this dump, we can use these lows here as well, kind of reclaim them. And that's particularly what causes a strong reaction. Obviously, we're still bullish. Overall, Bitcoin ended up following a quarterly model. So in other words, if this is the origination candle, there's 10 quarters into this peak manipulation, and then you would expect 3 candles of distribution, 3 quarterly candles. So in other words, 9 months of distribution, and further, we saw, and further. So anyways, going back to going back to the 1 hour, I'm going to see if we get a criteria here to get a, because we'll go from, obviously we'll kind of be jumping back and forth between higher and lower time frames here, but this is the important candle to consider here, being the, and then if you think of like, okay, well, we want to see like a true market structure shift. So we want to see a candle that closes above, right, that candle, and then we can dig back in. We dig back down into the candle body. So we close above, we wait for it to dig back in down into it, and then at that point we have at least a 1 day CRT on our hands. I mean, that is right there, that headless hourly candle is like a big tip off that we'll see that high be removed for efficiency purposes. And then the real question is do we get our 2 week bullish model at this point? I'm actually kind of curious because there's no real after screenshot to see it. In order to get a 2 week entry model, we'd actually have to see it on the 8 hour chart. So tell you what, we'll watch for that level to get taken out, which obviously it does. And then after that, we'll assess to see if we get an 8 hour model number 1 or 8 hour entry. And our 8 hour entry will show us whether we can predict a 2 week 2023 turtle soup model to play out. So there it is. We have our extreme rip, and this is the after picture of the screenshot. And so obviously, your bullish turtle soup right there. And just goes to show, like, if you're scalping on the 1 hour chart, you wouldn't want to put your stop losses like directly at the low, like especially with Bitcoin. Bitcoin loves to run a little extra liquidity each time. You could look for like this, here it makes more sense to be on the daily, maybe like that low there, or that like we're leaving this FEG unfilled, right? So like you could maybe put your stop loss right there, right? And basically say this will remain unfilled, in other words. Interesting strategy. He actually talked about that in today's CRTology video, talking about like if an FEG has already been tapped into, then you can kind of use it as the way you'd use like a propulsion block, essentially, like for the order block equivalent. Okay, so going to the 8 hour chart, it's this candle that is essentially the swing low. We obviously close above the high that broke the low. I'm going to keep going here. We might not get even a full retest, but oh good. So we have an 8 hour, model number 1. Oh we almost get a retest. Boy, look at the bottomless, not quite bottomless, never mind. So we don't really get a breaker entry either. Let's see if we can get a little lower. It's interesting with Bitcoin, like you definitely got that, like, it's a daily, it's a 2 day CRT model there that he called on the 1 hour chart. Let's just cruise ahead a little bit. I'll go a little faster. Okay, good. Okay, so because I actually think that Bitcoin might go a little lower. Those seem really relative equal, and we haven't, like, we dig into that longer time frame key level, or higher time key level rather, but we don't hit any of the recent breaker type stuff here. We're hitting that which it's kind of a more premium breaker, but we're not like digging in down here to any of these former resistance becomes support type of operation. This is definitely looking promising for 8 hour model number 1, however. Okay, and then I'm out of time here. So maybe I'll just pop back to Brave and we'll just look at like mid 2023. Go to Brave real quick. Go to the Bitcoin. Go to the daily chart. and just look to see what happened after that. So it's June 6th right there. So we do get a lower low. And the thing about this lower low is, look at this round number. It hits 25,000 on this contract at least. And this is the tether contract, so this is the one you want. And look, this is what I wanted. I want to see contact. I want to see contact with one of these swing highs, especially considering they're like relative equal highs. The market loves to like create the relative equal highs, take them out, and then slice back into them. So he tweeted it out. He tweeted that out June 6th. He knew to be long. It still could be a 2-week model. So let's just fill. Oh shoot, am I actually showing you this? Oh no. Okay, here. I'll go back. So let me go. I've done this before too. Brave. Get the right window here. That one says the dollar index. I don't know, my streaming software is messed up. Okay, well, anyways, I'm curious now. You're not going to be able to see this, but I'm going to see what the actual 2023 model was that finally got us out of there. Just to make a long story short, it was a 2-week model, but the 2-week model played out like kind of this in a very interesting fashion. Let's see, how come I can't get Brave to work here? Let's try to cancel that and we'll try one more time. There it is. Okay, so that's should be working. Did I not hit save or something? That's bizarre. Man, this streaming software is kind of bogus. I think I might try to look around for some better streaming software, because this streaming software is just so buggy. It's been screwing up my videos. I just want to be able to like record and just have this stuff work. But yeah, so that'll be for the next time. We did get an hourly entry into a daily candle CRT, so that's a good trade, a good little scalp. I recommend against scalping Bitcoin actually. It's just, at least from a futures market perspective, it's just not worth it. I mean, the commission's insane. Just scalp the euro, scalp gold, scalp crude. There's so many NQ, MNQ, right? There's so many better things to trade on a cost per trade basis. The variable costs of trading basis is just terrible on Bitcoin. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in for another Romeo